Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome back to another stream here on the channel. It's Football Fan 148 here, and I'm live, of course, tonight for a big game in the Premier League. Of course, it is Aston Villa versus Chelsea, of course, tonight in the Premier League. And, of course, indeed, tonight is a big night, indeed, in the Premier League, where, indeed, of course, there's indeed relegation, Champions League, and, of course, Premier League title race all to be sorted out before the end of the night. Of course, indeed, really, of course, the race for the Champions League and the race for the title really, of course, comes into full swing tonight. And also the same, indeed, for the battle against relegation as well. So, yeah, of course, that really heats up tonight and tomorrow. Of course, we're Tottenham taking on Crystal Palace tomorrow night. But tonight, of course, Aston Villa versus Chelsea tonight. Plus, also in the other Premier League games, of course, involving sides battling for the Champions League. Of course, we've got, of course, indeed, Newcastle taking on Manchester United. That, of course, is the 8:15 game, by the way. This one, of course, is the 7:30 game between Aston Villa and Chelsea. Plus, also, Brighton versus Arsenal, Fulham versus West Ham, and Man City, Nottingham Forest. Those games the other 7:30 kickoffs. Of course, Man City, they'll be looking to try and move back. They'll be looking to try and cut that gap back to 2 points. And hopefully Arsenal, and I reckon they've got to be hoping that Arsenal don't win here tonight against Brighton, of course, down on the south coast. So, yeah. Indeed, this is going to be an interesting game. This really is. It's going to be interesting to see how on earth this goes, of course, really. It's going to be interesting to really see how this goes. But, ladies and gentlemen, of course, indeed, let me, of course, give you the team news, of course, for this one. So, yeah, indeed, I have actually got the team news here. If I can actually find it. Yeah, if I can just find it. Give me a second. Here we go. Well, hang on a minute. I was on the wrong thing there for a moment. Right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here indeed is the team news, of course, for the game tonight. For the game tonight, here's the team news for this one. Of course, indeed, Aston Villa, they make 3 changes from the side that suffered the shock defeat at Wolves on Friday. Jadon Sancho, Lucas Diagne, and Paul Torres, they drop out with Leon Bailey, Ian Miatson. Of course, Ian Miatson, of course, playing against his former club tonight, and Tyrone Mings coming on. And it's not just Sancho who's facing his former club tonight. Indeed, Tammy Abraham also among the substitutes tonight. So it's Abraham, Miatson, and Sancho indeed facing former club there. So indeed, of course, as for Chelsea, of course, indeed, they've made a few changes to the team, of course, for tonight. So indeed for Chelsea, of course, indeed, they've made the switch in goalkeeper. And frankly, I am not surprised after that one at the weekend. Indeed, I am really not surprised at all from that one at the weekend. No, I don't want a demo. Don't want the demo thing there. But anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, indeed, Sanchez, he drops to the bench with Philippe Jorgensen replacing him. And also, of course, indeed, Wesley Fofana, he returns following indeed him serving his suspension for that red card he got against Burnley. Of course, so he comes in to replace Mamadou Sarr, whilst Alejandro Garnacho, he comes in for the suspended Pedro Neto, and Malo Gusto, he also replaces Andre Santos. So Marc Cucurella, indeed, after a month out, indeed, he's fit enough only for the bench tonight. So for Chelsea, it's Jorgensen. Bless me. Yeah, it's Jorgensen in goal. The back four of Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah, and Hato, with Reece James and Moises Caicedo, the two playing behind Palmer, Fernandes, and Garnacho, with João Pedro up front. And on the bench for Chelsea is Sanchez, Badiashile, Sarr, Tosin, Adarabayu, Cucurella, Santos, Lavia, Delap, and Guiu. Yeah. Yeah. So here we go, guys. Indeed. So indeed, it looks like all the Chelsea players, indeed, are over there in a huddle on the centre circle. I don't know what they're doing. I guess it's a team meeting. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a very interesting game to see how on earth that goes at Newcastle. Yeah. Yeah. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Match just about to get underway. Palmer indeed will kick things off for Chelsea, who are indeed in black. Indeed in black shirts and black shorts. Whilst Aston Villa, indeed, they kick off in their traditional kit, indeed, claret top half with indeed the white shorts. Oh, that was a bit of a dodgy back pass there. I don't know what enough that is. But here comes Chelsea now, bursting forward. And here's João Pedro. What could he do here? He'll make his way in the box across. Indeed, it's deflected out, and Chelsea get the first corner of the game. A lively start from Chelsea. It was a good ball forward, indeed, to João Pedro. Indeed, who tried to take the defender on. And it looked like he was, indeed, of course, his cross indeed being deflected out. And Chelsea took the corner short. Also, and now here's Gusto. Can he whip one in? Yes, he can, but the flag is up on that far side. So it will be an Aston Villa free kick. It's long, and now Chelsea have won it back, and Fernandes. Oh, hang on a minute, the ball got nicked back there by Villa, and here they come forward now, ball in and cleared away. But Villa win the ball back. Here we go, put the ball in, and it's a cross on, it's 1-0. Aston Villa ahead inside 2 minutes. Oh, good God. Villa ahead inside 2 minutes. Oh, that ain't a great start, that. I mean, it's lively, that's for sure. I mean, let's just have a look at this. Indeed, Chelsea, they don't deal with this well. I mean, indeed, they give Villa way too much space to deal with this. Bailey, indeed, makes that burst in. Indeed, there's not a lot of power on the cross, but somehow he manages to get it through to Douglas Luiz, who indeed tucks it away. And indeed, Chelsea, this is not the start that they wanted. 3 minutes into the game, and of course they're 1-0 down already. So indeed, of course, the worst possible start, of course, for Chelsea. Indeed, they're 1-0 down inside 3 minutes. So yeah, indeed, of course, Chelsea will have to find some response now. All down the right-hand side. And you can hear the atmosphere inside that stadium now. Indeed, the Villa fans really singing it out now. Well, the ball down there, ball fed out now. But indeed, it's given away. Given away way too easily. Ball forward, gone forward, headed up in the air. And Chelsea get the ball back. It's Fernandes. And indeed, he wins the free kick. Now it's Rafinha. Here's Rafinha, and indeed, of course, he knows now. I don't know what on earth I was saying, to be honest. I got my words all mucked up there. Now, Rafinha, indeed, in my mind, guys, he's got to react now. But hang on a minute. Looks like he might do here. Garnacho. Indeed, for Chelsea, what can he do? Ball in the box. Oh, and that's a good save from Martinez. It was a lovely crossing from Garnacho, and Martinez pulls off a great save because it's a lovely ball played in to João Pedro from Garnacho. Beautiful cross. And indeed, Chelsea, they almost equalised 2 minutes after going behind. And in fact, Chelsea have just actually won a corner, but Chelsea so close to indeed equalising. It's a beautiful ball in from Garnacho right towards the far post. And it's indeed it's a beautiful header from Pedro, but indeed, because it's a good save. And here comes Chelsea again, ball in there. Gusto, it's blocked. Another cross in there, blocked again. And it's out for another Chelsea corner. Chelsea putting the pressure on Aston Villa here. Now, what are Chelsea going to do? They're going to take it short? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to peg this ball into the area for what it looks like. Here we go. Ball in the box from the corner. And it goes out the other side. And Chelsea have the ball back. Caicedo, indeed, strong player that he is, manages to keep the ball. And now as Palmer plays it in there. Oh, hang on a minute. It's the foul in the penalty area. Indeed, I think VAR will have a look at that. I think there is... I mean, they say me accent. Go away there. And I think VAR is going to have a look at this one. In fact, I need to have a look at it myself. Hang on. Let's have a look. Yeah, Miatson, indeed. Of course, I'm just looking at it again. Nah, that's not a penalty in my view. Nah, there's no penalty in that. I mean, Miatson, indeed, he got his leg back, but indeed, there's not enough contact there for the penalty to be given. And Rosenior, he's starting to question that himself. Yeah. Indeed, he's like asking the question there. So yeah, but Villa had the free kick and they're taking it short. Oh, hang on a minute. Apparently there's an offside call there. Offside call there. Referee indeed giving the offside call. So Chelsea a little bit free kick there. But indeed the referee being a little bit fussy here. I thought they were charting VAR for a moment. I didn't know they were charting VAR or they were charting Villa. It's a weird. Well, it might be a weird thing to chant about if VAR had actually done something right. So, yeah, nicely done, Reece James. Hang on a minute. I'll check something in a sec, guys. Oh, foul there. And Garnacho wins a free kick. And whilst that indeed's going on, I'm just going to check something. Guys, because indeed I was not sure, indeed, on what Chelsea are playing like here. What are we playing? Like a 3-4-3? Like a 3-4-3? Or what are we playing? Apparently we're playing a 4-2-3-1. So Reece James is in the midfield like I thought. So Gusto's indeed playing at right back, and Reece James indeed is partnering Caicedo in the mid. Of course, playing the two in the midfield there. That's what I thought it was, but I just wanted to make sure. It's what I thought it might have been, but I was just making sure. Oh, that was a poor pass yet again. Here we go, Buendia. A good tackle. Oh, hang on a minute. Referee giving a free kick in Aston Villa's favour. Yeah, Watkins, he does get a little bit fortunate, I think, here, guys. I mean, yeah, I don't think the tackle needed to be made. I think, indeed, of course, in Watkins, he took a bad touch. I mean, the ball was coming to a Chelsea player, so the tackle really didn't need to be made, but indeed it was just Aston Villa's fortunes that it was made. So, yeah. Why am I not surprised by that? Oh, hang on a minute. Aston Villa keeping the ball in. I thought they'd gone out of play for a moment, but apparently not. Indeed, the ball being played forward, but Reece James indeed dealing with that, or so he thought. Yeah, but Chelsea dealing with that and indeed they put the ball out for a Aston Villa throw. Blimey. Beaten it unbeaten in 11 games where they scored first. Blimey. Interesting. Yeah, but indeed we've still got over 78 minutes. Indeed for that to happen. So we've still got a while. Well, the ball fed through there, but Aston Villa win it back. Indeed, it was a bit of a heavy touch from the Chelsea point of view. But here's now Buendia. Ball playing Douglas Luiz. And now, nice little bit of play here from Villa. Here's now May Cash. Buendia. Oh, that was a poor one there from Buendia. And Chelsea now could break if they can. But indeed, Garnacho going down there under that challenge. But indeed, it was Chelsea there. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, where's the ball? Ball. But he accidentally catches Garnacho there. Yeah, so indeed, interesting there. And now the ball goes out for a Chelsea throw. We're 30 minutes into this one now, guys. Indeed, it's Chelsea. Of course, it's Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 0. Douglas Luiz, of course, in the 3rd minute, giving Aston Villa the lead after a bit of a tame cross from Leon Bailey. It was, if I have to be honest. I mean, that cross, it didn't have a lot of power in it. It was a real tame cross, and indeed, of course, Leon Bailey was fortunate that the ball did, of course, fall to Douglas Luiz there. So, yeah, fortunate indeed he was. Yeah, or ball play forward. And indeed, Palmer keeping him on side. And indeed, I think Palmer's trying to cross it, but indeed, across the deflection, carried it into the hands of Martinez. Oh, I might watch that tomorrow night, to be honest. Oh, but here we go. Palmer coming forward now. Nicely done there from Palmer. Plays it out to Garnacho. What can he do? Oh, and there's a shot on. It's a good shot. And indeed, Martinez parries it away for a Chelsea corner. But indeed, Palmer... No, but indeed, because Garnacho indeed laying the shot off. And it's a good hit from Palmer. It's a good hit. And indeed, of course, Martinez indeed getting the ball away. And now Chelsea have a corner now. Chelsea, of course, have a corner. Here we go. Ball in the box. Headed up. Oh, there's a bit of a collision there. And the referee calls a halt. Indeed, a bit of a head injury there to, of course, Fofana, Chelsea. And I'm not sure who the Aston Villa one is. I think it's Konsa. Yeah, it is Konsa. Indeed, of course. Indeed, they both go up for the ball there. I think it's rather a 50-50 than anything. Just a bit of accidental contact between the two players. And, of course, Fofana, indeed, of course, he was trying to go up for the ball. He was trying to go up for the ball with Fofana, try and, of course, get on the end of it, but indeed accidentally made contact on Ezri Konsa. Yeah. That one will be interesting. Yeah, but indeed, it's still got quite a lot of the season still to go. It's all gone. It comes up. Of course, he's back up now. We'll play that right now. Oh, now the ball with Watkins there. That one's going to dig on that, so it's going to do. Well, the person was shoulder. Yeah, it's more shoulder than shoulder. No, it's more shoulder than shoulder. That is a push. I bet I'll pull one there. Oh, Pedro. He's trying to come across, but the ball ends up going out play for a Chelsea throw. Yeah, I think we need to sort that out. That's the problem. I mean, that indeed, of course, the whole thing with set pieces. I mean, that was our undoing against Arsenal, that's for sure. I mean, set pieces, I mean, I don't know what on earth Rosenior's trying to do, but indeed, really, the set pieces, the whole thing with that, indeed, it needs to be improved. It really does. Palmer plays the ball back. Now here comes Fernandez. To Garnacho. Indeed, back to Fernandez now. Oh, a bit of contact there. Well, I mean, ball played through, and Chelsea could be in. And it's Palmer. Can he still do it? No, he can't. Garnacho, and he has a shot that's blocked, and it's out for a Chelsea corner. But I don't know how Chelsea are not back level there in that moment. It's a neat ball through. It's a neat ball through, and Consta's down again. But indeed, it's a neat ball played through into Palmer, and Palmer does a lovely dummy, but indeed he needed to get the shot off after the dummy. And of course, then Consa, indeed, of course, good block there, but unfortunately, of course, it goes out for a Chelsea corner, and Chelsea, they'll be wondering how they're not one. Oh, it's not 1-1. But now Martinez, indeed, there. Of course, now the ball brought it out now, Douglas Luiz. Here's Rogers. Plays out Buendia. Here's Onana. Out to Cash. And now to Bailey. Oh, just kept in just. Indeed, a little bit slippery, this kid. But Hato indeed doing well to track back with him, that's for sure. I don't know what on earth Chelsea are doing defensively here. But it's João Pedro indeed with the ball. Plays it back, indeed Chelsea keeping the ball well. Here we go. Chalobah back to Jorgensen. But Chelsea are playing a very dangerous game here, guys, I have to admit. Here we go, ball played across. Backwards, and now here's Hato. And now here's Garnacho coming forward in a threatening manner. It's Garnacho and Fernandez. Shot straight at the keeper. Actually, what's the score elsewhere? I'm just wondering. Watkins there for Aston Villa, but the Chalobah there. But hang on a minute, player down. And I'm not sure who that is. I think that's... I don't know who the heck that was. Let's have a look here. I don't know what on earth happened. Nothing in there. Chalobah, indeed he does enough to really put the defender, to put Watkins off there. That's great defending that from Chalobah. Yeah, I really have to give him credit. Indeed, of course, putting off Watkins there. But Fofana, he went to ground a bit too easily for all I care about. And Fofana, was he caught in the eye there? I mean, it looks like maybe. But I'll be very interested to see the replay of that. But indeed, it's interesting. Let's have a look at. No, I can't tell there. I mean, indeed, you could not tell on that replay. That replay was awful. I mean, you could not tell at all in that. Yeah, and ball played through, and here's Garnacho. And Garnacho slipped there in the moment, but he manages to keep it. That's just shot and it's blocked. And Villa get the ball away, but Garnacho indeed well there in a moment. Also, guys, indeed scores elsewhere. It's still Brighton 0, Arsenal 1. And also the games, of course, involving West Ham and Nottingham Forest. Those games, Fulham, West Ham and Man City, Nottingham Forest, both goalless in those games at the moment. Nice little turn there. Now it's the ball back here with Villa. And the ball, of course, comes off. Of course, Gusto and out for a Villa throw. Yeah, there's still plenty of time for Chelsea to get back into this one. Yeah, still plenty of time here for Chelsea really get back in this game. By the looks of things. The ball goes out of play for a Chelsea throw. Here we go, Chelsea indeed with the ball now. So now out to Garnacho. What's he going to do? Plays it back to Fernandes. And now it's Moises Caicedo. Back to Fernandes. Yeah, João Pedro really, of course, indeed on the edge of the box here. And Chelsea, of course, they have Gusto out on the wide position there. Finally, he's being used here. Reece James to Gusto, into Palmer. Chelsea really asking questions, indeed, of that Villa defence here. That's out. Now it's Caicedo. Over the top. Nice play to Garnacho. Nice ball in. And now it's Garnacho. Puts the ball across. And Reece James has a shot. And indeed, what a block. And indeed, it goes out, of course. Indeed, in the Villa half. No, it goes out in the Chelsea half, actually. So, yeah, that was one heck of a block. I mean, Reece James, he was coming on to that. And I think indeed if he had hit it, I think indeed the goalkeeper would have had trouble dealing with it. But indeed, it was an incredible block, though, from a Villa perspective. But indeed, here comes Chelsea now with Garnacho again. Garnacho having a shot and blocked once again. And the ball goes out for a Chelsea throw. Chelsea, they're taking it quickly. It's Caicedo. Ball across. Oh, hang on. Yeah, a bit of a mix-up between Miassen and Martinez there. Indeed, the ball comes in. I'm looking at it. And I don't know, indeed, if Miassen thinks that he's going across to cover it. Or indeed, Martinez thinks he's going to get it. So there's no clear communication between the two there. There's definitely no communication really saying there. Well, I mean, indeed, it could have led to something bad there for Villa. But here we go. Chelsea corner. Here we go. Ball pinged in the box. It's still in there in the box. It's the ball. And it's out, of course, away. And now the ball launched forward. But Jurgensen indeed putting that out. I mean, Jurgensen. Indeed, there's no E in there. Jurgensen. I mean, there's no E in the part of the first name. But here he goes. Watkins! Oh, good save indeed there. Strong hand from Jurgensen. Yeah, definitely strong hand there. Yeah, we really put the pressure on there. But now here we go. What Villa taking a quick corner. Here we go, ball in there. And Chelsea now nicked it back. And Chelsea can they counter now and go not just down. And now it's going to be a booking. Yep, a yellow card indeed there for Matty Cash. Of course, that was a blatant booking there, that one. Of course, Garnacho, indeed, he was going to be away. Indeed, of course, Cash, indeed, he's dangling that left leg. And indeed, that is going to be a booking, of course, for the Aston Villa number 2. I mean, Garnacho, indeed, he was away. Took the ball past Matty Cash there. And, of course, indeed, the Polish defender, indeed, sticking out a leg. Actually, does Matty Cash even play for Poland? Hang on. Hey, Google, does Matty Cash play for Poland?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh. Hey, Google, Which country does Matty Cash play for?
Poland. According to Wikipedia, Matthew Stewart Cash is a professional footballer who plays as a right-back for Premier League club Aston Villa. Born in England, he represents the Poland national team.
Yeah. I thought it was Poland. I think indeed he was like of Polish nationality. I think indeed it might have been something to do. Maybe he had like a Polish grandmother or something. Yeah, let me look. Hang on a minute. How can he play for Poland? Yeah. How can Matty Cash? Yeah, I'm just wondering why on earth he isn't it? Oh, it's because of his mother and late grandfather. That's why. Because indeed, of course, I'm guessing his mother and late grandmother were of Polish nationality. That's why. Bit of a one thing there. Here come Aston Villa again. Morgan Rogers. That's a shot. That's a good save there by Jorgensen. Indeed, it was a lovely shot from Morgan Rogers, and indeed, of course, Jorgensen produces a wonderful save there. It's a neat little bit of play from Villa there on the counter attack, but of course, Chelsea dealing with that well. And now Fernandez trying to put the ball through to Palmer, and indeed he manages to get it. But indeed, of course, after a little bit of indeed the ball was a little bit askew there. Oh, Fernandez playing the ball over the top. And the ball's, and it was in, oh yes! And Chelsea are level! And just the man indeed you want! Yeah, just the man you want on a big night like this! Of course, Chelsea indeed strike back! And it's João Pedro yet again for Chelsea! It's a lovely ball over the top as well. And of course, Gusto indeed plays the ball in well. Let's have a look. Is he onside here? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, he's onside there. Yeah, totally onside. And the ball indeed played well over the top. It's a new ball played across. And João Pedro in the right place at the right time to stick it home. And Chelsea, indeed, I think you can say they deserve the goal. Indeed, the amount of pressure they put on Villa after conceding the first goal. And Chelsea, indeed, have a well-deserved equaliser. It's Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 1. João Pedro yet again for Chelsea. And you could say, indeed, of course, you can say it's been coming, this equaliser. But indeed, that moment there, of course, the ball over the top. Indeed, of course, Villa were trying to play that high line. But indeed, it didn't go well for them there. And indeed, of course, they paid a heavy price for it. And Chelsea, indeed, back on level terms 9 minutes before the break. Does. I mean, Chelsea, they played 3 or 4 balls over the top, and Villa really, they really have not indeed known how really to deal with it. I mean, indeed, whether it's been Caicedo, whether it's been Fernandez, indeed playing that sort of ball over the top, Villa, indeed, they've had no idea really how best to deal with it. And indeed, the ball's been nicked again. But Aston Villa, they're 6 and 7s right now. They really are. Indeed, their confidence, indeed, you could say it's shaken a bit after conceding that goal. And Chelsea indeed win the ball back here after a poor pass there. Now it's Reece James. Lead the ball through the partner. What can he do here? Oh, it's a new little ball. And Gusto, and again into Pedro, and it hits, of course. I think it's Conser, indeed it hits. Takes the ball away from João Pedro there. And by the time, indeed, he can do anything about it, it's in the hands of Emi Martinez. Chelsea really are causing Aston Villa endless problems here. And indeed, now that Chelsea are back level, you could really say that, indeed. Of course, as I said, Aston Villa's confidence has been shaken. Indeed, we really could say, indeed, now, of course, that Chelsea, now they're back level, they're really starting once again to put the pressure on Emi Martinez and the Aston Villa back line. Conser there. And Garnacho, free kick given, of course, in Aston Villa's favour. Well, then they're taking it quickly, and the ball just basically ends up with Philipp Jorgensen. Jorgensen. This goes Soda now. Ball played over to the wide position into Garnacho. And here he comes forward again. Garnacho ball in. Oh! And that deflection almost made it 2-1 to Chelsea there. It was a ball in from Garnacho. And it takes a wicked deflection. And it's Conser, indeed, who very nearly sticks the ball in the back of his own net. Indeed, he'd be thankful that indeed the ball goes a little bit higher. Oh, but here we go. Chelsea. Again, hang on a minute. Reece James not there. And hang on a minute. Chelsea is stretched, that's for sure. But Rodgers in. Hang on, it's Watkins. And it's 2-1. Lovely counter-attack now from Villa. And Ollie Watkins, indeed, he gets his first goal in 6 games. And Chelsea, of course, they just had too many bodies forward. And, of course, Ollie Watkins punishes Chelsea. And Villa indeed punished them on the counter-attack. Yeah, Chelsea indeed, they give the ball away. It's Reece James who gives the ball away. And Rodgers there. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I'm just looking at that again and I'm thinking, guys. Yeah, that's one thing I'm thinking. Is this goal going to count? Is Watkins in an offside position there? But indeed, this is going to be really tight here. Indeed. If this goal counts, indeed, this is going to be debated. But I don't know, indeed, if it is going to count. I mean, it is really, really tight, this one, guys. It is a really tight one. But it looks like that Watkins' arm from there. But indeed, of course, the goal is ruled out for offside. But I would actually like to look at the lines for this. How tight is it? Oh my God. So, my word. So indeed, it was multiple. It was indeed. So it was Watkins' shoulder plus like his knee and toe that were offside there. But indeed, that was a big let off for Chelsea, that one. That is a big let off. And indeed, I think indeed a hard time. Now, of course, Rossini, indeed, he's going to have a word with his players. There. Because they can't let that sort of thing happen again. Here we go, ball in the box, and indeed it's easy clean that from the keeper. And here's Martinez whipping the ball back down again. Villa now back on the ball. We've just got a couple of minutes till half time here. And now it's Palmer. Fernandez now. Goes down, and it's a Chelsea free kick. Fernandez there with a Chelsea free kick. With the free kick, so we've got a minute and a half to go of this first half, plus stoppage time, given how many minutes indeed we possibly could get with that. So yeah, indeed, of course, Chelsea indeed just on to things. Also, guys, indeed, Man City, of course, indeed, they are 1-0 up at Forest now, by the way. So, Man City 1-0 up there. Of course, Man City and Arsenal both winning tonight. Here we go, ball forward. But the ball won back by Villa now. Oh, and Palmer nicks it back. And here's Cole Palmer. What do he do? Of course, he wins Chelsea a corner. Wins the corner kick there. Yeah, he does get closed down quite quickly, does Palmer. Yeah, what is Chelsea going to do? Hang on a minute. Just indeed the referee telling the players to hurry up a bit. Oh my word. So indeed we've got 8 minutes of added time here at the end of the first half. So indeed it's going to be a lengthy stretch. But here we go. Ball in the box. Headed away. But we got 8 minutes of added time. And here comes Chelsea again. Oh, but Chelsea indeed deal with it well. Indeed, they learned from that lesson there. Oh, but free kick given there. Free kick given. Foul, of course, on Leon Bailey. And he's just hobbling a little bit, it's Bailey. But Villa, indeed, they take the free kick quickly. But indeed, that is a stretch. 8 minutes of stoppage time. Blimey, I was not expecting that. Really not expecting 8 minutes of added time, really. Not expecting that at all. Yeah, I want... Cash now playing the ball forward, but... Indeed, Chelsea are going to deal with that. And it's Leon Bailey getting fouled again. But the decision weren't given. And the ball forward there. Villa have it back. But Chelsea now have the ball. And it's Gerald Hato. Now it's Caicedo. Plays it out wide now to Gusto. And now here we go. Gerald Hato plays it now to Fernandez. Hang on, the ball play forward now, looking for Gusto, and indeed the ball goes out of play for a Chelsea throw. Indeed, we've had 2 minutes, indeed, of the 8 that have been, of course, awarded. I was trying to think of another name, but indeed, of course, yeah, indicated. That's what I was trying to remember. That's the word I was trying to remember. Just awarded is just the better word rather than indicated. Yeah, Cash on the booking there. Of course, after foul earlier. Oh, but now it's Hato. Oh, it's a shot and it goes wide. But Joel Hato indeed causing a nuisance of himself in that back foot, and Villa have a player down. So indeed, of course, there might be a bit more of added time here. And I'm not sure what Nana does there, but does he do something? Soon as he does stretch a bit. I don't know why on earth a Londoner would be a Man United fan. I really don't. I mean, if you're going to be a London, if you're going to support a team in London, it's either going to be Chelsea, it's either going to be Chelsea, Tottenham, or Arsenal. Now it's Fernandez. Oh, God. Yeah. There we go. Ball play there. Yeah, ball play forward and Garnacho onto it. But he might catch it. Good to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. And that's Fernandez. Play the ball. João Pedro. Yes! João Pedro makes it 2-1 to Chelsea in stoppage time at the end of the first half. And that is why João Pedro, indeed, of course, is one of the most talked about players at Chelsea. It's a lovely finish indeed from João Pedro. Indeed, Garnacho making a nuisance of himself. Oh, not again. Not again. Indeed, it's a tight one, ladies and gentlemen, but Garnacho, indeed, he's making a right nuisance of himself there. But indeed, is that a goal? We'll have to wait and see, but I hope it is. Because indeed, it's a beautiful finish from João Pedro. And indeed, of course, VAR checking this. I am just hoping that this ain't going to be disallowed. I mean, Villa had a goal that was disallowed similar to this one. But indeed, this time it does stand. Decision. Indeed, of course, Chelsea ahead. Indeed, the goal does stand. That's João Pedro's second goal of the night. And Chelsea, indeed, ahead. Comeback complete. Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 2. Chelsea ahead in stoppage time. Towards the end of the first half stoppage time. And Reece James plays it forward, but just a little bit too much pace on that one. Yeah, there was just a little bit too much in the way of pace there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Matty Cash, I mean, he is like right in a nightmare situation there. But indeed, we see it right there. Indeed, the foot of the Aston Villa defender keeping João Pedro onside. Of course, indeed. Of course, João Pedro, indeed, he might have been the forward we've been looking for all these years. But now it's Cole Palmer, indeed making a nuisance of himself as usual. And Chelsea win a throw. He win a throw, indeed, late into first half stoppage time. And now it's Marlock, and now here's Garnacho. And now here's Fernandez. Ball cleared downfield. Indeed, surely, indeed, the whistle should be blown, indeed, in the next few moments, because we've had the 8 minutes. We've had the 8 minutes of first half stoppage time. I mean, João Pedro, he has to be in the form of his life right now. I mean, seriously, he has to be in the form of his life. And there we go. The first half comes to an end. Boos around Villa Park. Indeed, Aston Villa fans not happy after that. But Chelsea fans, indeed, they'll be heading into half-time, indeed, as pleased as anything right now. Indeed, Chelsea, of course, they indeed fell behind very early on. Of course, Douglas Luiz from a tame Leon Bailey cross. But then, of course, João Pedro gets his first of the game in the 35th minute. Indeed, of course, capitalising on, of course, the Villa defence not picking up Malo Gusto, who puts a lovely cross into João Pedro's path, and indeed he tucks it home. And of course, then, indeed, Chelsea, of course, they got lucky a little bit. Indeed, of course, Ollie Watkins having a goal ruled out for offside by VAR. And then, of course, João Pedro, indeed, in the 6th minute of first half stoppage time, gives Chelsea the lead. Indeed, Garnacho making a right nuisance of himself. Of course, there, he's making a right nuisance of himself, especially for Matty Cash and the Aston Villa defence. And indeed, he plays a nice ball into Fernandez, and it's a little ding forward to into the path of João Pedro. Indeed, who tucks it home. Indeed, there was a question about whether it would be ruled out for offside. But, indeed, of course, the goal indeed did stand. And, of course, Chelsea, indeed, they have a deserved 2-1 lead at half-time. Indeed, Chelsea definitely deserving this half-time lead. Of course, it's half-time here at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 2. Whew. That was an entertaining first half, that's for sure. A really entertaining first half. So, yeah, of course, Chelsea indeed ahead. So, Chelsea indeed ahead at half-time, ladies and gentlemen. That is for sure. Of course, Chelsea definitely. Yeah, Chelsea indeed, of course, deserving their half-time lead. Of course, indeed, and lead, of course, 2-1 at half-time. Right, ladies and gentlemen, whoo, that was an interesting first half, and that is for sure. Very interesting first half. So, indeed, of course, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Of course, heading into of course, we're just currently being in the halftime break right now. So, I'm going to take a little break. And, yeah, guys, of course, I'm going to allow you to listen to a lovely little bit of music. And, yeah, guys, so of course, I will be with you. Indeed, I'll be back with you, indeed, in time for the second. In time, of course, for the second half. But hard time, but it is currently hard time here at Villa Park, of course, and it's hot. And indeed, Chelsea lead at half time by 2-1. And I'll see you guys indeed for the start of the second half. I'll see you guys back here in just a little bit. Sorry, guys. Yes. Oh, sorry, guys. I forgot to turn my mic off. Hang on. Right, guys, of course, indeed, I'm back for the second half because the teams are indeed just coming back out now for the second half. Indeed, Chelsea, of course, indeed, they're 45 minutes away from, indeed, of course, a big win tonight. Of course, indeed, Villa, indeed, of course, definitely, I think it's definitely certain that they really need to improve for indeed the second half, because indeed the first half they were really, of course, really shabby, of course, at times in that first half. That's for sure. Indeed, it's definitely certain that Villa need to improve, of course, for the first half, for the second half. And they really need to improve in this second half. So indeed, let's just see how this second half goes. I don't think there's been any changes at half time. So let me just make a double check, see what indeed the team is, just in case I've missed any half time changes. Let's have a look. No, there's no changes at half time as far as. Oh, hang on a minute. Looks like Villa have actually just made a half-time substitution. So, yeah, of course, Villa have actually just made a first half a substitution. Of course, Matty Cash, indeed, he's just been, indeed, brought off. Indeed, he, of course, indeed has been substituted, and he's been replaced by Bogardi. So Bogardi, of course, coming on for Matty Cash, who was on a yellow card. So, yeah. Indeed, Matty Cash brought off. Maybe he was. Maybe indeed that was the reason. But here we. So Bogard indeed has come on to replace him. Or Bogardi indeed has come on to replace him. So, yeah, let's just see indeed if Chelsea can indeed, of course, indeed start the second half the way they ended the first. Because the way that Chelsea ended the first half, it was definitely a lot more fluid. They definitely were bringing the pressure to Aston Villa, that's for sure. I mean, Chelsea, they were bringing the pressure, that's for sure. That's for sure. Definitely Chelsea were bringing the pressure. Oh, God. Was he actually a Chelsea player? Have a look at this player. Just having a look at this player. Yeah. Oh, Garnacho gets it. Onto it. Oh, sorry, guys. Indeed, I was just trying to have a look at something, but then Nacho tripped. But Chelsea, indeed, continuing the way they ended the first half. Definitely continuing the way they ended the first half to start the second. Oh, but hang on a minute. Here come Aston Villa again. And there's a foul there. Foul there. Hang on. Yeah. 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 Oh, Bucky, oh, go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they do need a big moment, but can Chelsea deal with it? Oh, a shot, and it goes well over the bar. Well over the bar there by Morgan Rogers. Hey, I don't know what on earth Martinez was trying to do. Indeed, it didn't work. It was a good hit, but didn't have enough dip on it, that's for sure. Oh, that. Oh, my word. I don't know what on earth Jorgensen was doing there. Oh, my word. Oh, my God. Oh, it's a crazy start, this, guys. Crazy start indeed. Yeah. All right. Just check something. Yeah. 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 None of that. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, no, no. Yeah, ball right out. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, João Pedro on the move, and it's got Nacho! Got Nacho! Oh, and the shot taken away from him. Taken away from him. But indeed, of course, the ball judged to last come off. Gig around that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. It's Gusto now. Plays it back to Jorgensen. Oh! Well, that's a big goal tonight. Of course, Nottingham Forest indeed level at Man City, so that's big. Yes. Yes, so indeed, of course, Arsenal 1-0 up, and Man City, of course, is 1-1 there. So indeed, it's interesting stuff here. Of course, for indeed, interesting stuff indeed. Jump! Yeah. We'll play there. We'll play back. Oh, it was caught, and the referee will give him a free kick. He was trying to play advantage. but indeed, of course, brings it back for the foul on João Pedro. So Chelsea will have a free kick. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Douglas Luiz definitely a little late there on Chelsea's star player. Oh, yeah! Actually, when do we have that one against PSG? 11th of March. That's the night after the Mansfield Reading. I still wonder if that is the only game that's going to take place on that Tuesday night in the EFL next week. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, just want to have a look at that briefly. Because if it is, then... Yeah. Oh, and João Pedro indeed is now on a yellow card. Right, so just have a look at something. Football. Right. There we go. Oh, no, apparently. Oh. Yeah, go away. Nacho now. João Pedro plays it wide to Palmer. And now it's Reece James. Puts the ball in. And now Palmer. Yes! Cole Palmer gives Chelsea a 2-goal advantage early in the second half. And Chelsea indeed are 1-0 down at the start of the first half. Now indeed 3-1 up. Indeed, Villa, they don't get rid of the ball at all there. It's poor defending from them. It's really poor defending from Aston Villa. And Cole Palmer makes them pay for it. Villa, they totally get the ball away way too easily. And, of course, the Chelsea half. It's in the Chelsea half where they give it away. And Palmer plays a neat ball into Reece James. And Villa, they don't get the ball away. They really struggle to get the ball away. The ball from Palmer played into Reece James. And indeed, Emi Martinez tries to wait. Villa, they don't get rid of the ball. And indeed, Palmer punishes them for it. And Chelsea, who were once 1-0 down, now lead 3-1. It's Villa 1, Chelsea 3. And Cole Palmer back scoring again. And Chelsea indeed on the attack again. Cole Palmer. Oh, that was a bit of an awkward cross, that one. Yeah. 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 Hang on a minute. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on, but hang on. I'm just looking at it. Indeed, of course, Morgan Rogers, he's getting his shirt pulled. But indeed, of course, Morgan Rogers, indeed, he kicks the ball away. And yeah, and Fernandez covering the ref. Indeed, you can't do that, Fernandez. Indeed, that is a dissent. That's dissent, surely. But Chelsea's discipline. Indeed, it needs to be sorted out. That's for sure. But I got my ball given away. It's Watkins. And Chelsea getting it away. Chelsea dealing with it very well. And Chelsea indeed have Villa open at the back. And now Gusto's in. Oh, and he tried to play in João Pedro. But indeed, Aston Villa were totally exposed at the back there. And Chelsea, once again, almost made them pay for it. Yeah, Morgan Rogers, indeed, confirmation. Indeed, he picked up the yellow card for kicking the ball away. Just having a drink there. Yeah, we have. I mean, we've had so many moments in this game, guys, and indeed we're taking advantage of those moments where we've really been able to create some excellent chances for ourselves in this one. Hang on, here come Villa again, ball in. And Fernandez, indeed, able to clear that. Indeed, a bit of a poor ball, that, from Villa, actually. But now, indeed, here's Onana now. Playing it across. Douglas Luiz with a pass. Who indeed got that first goal of the night. The Douglas Luiz. Now here comes Villa. And indeed, a good tackle there from Gusto. Indeed, puts it out for a Villa corner. Indeed, we've still got 30 minutes left of this game to go. Yep. Fun and games going on here in the penalty area. And indeed, of course, Gusto down. Let's have a look at it. Yeah. Morgan Rogers again. And Morgan Rogers, indeed, he needs to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. So really, of course, he does really need to be careful. And Jorgensen, oh, that's a beautiful throw. And indeed, of course, he gets it out to Palmer down there. Palmer there. Well, for the ball, and João Pedro did get the ball after Palmer won it back for Chelsea, or managed to keep it anyway. Yeah, also Man City, indeed, are back ahead against Nottingham Forest. Indeed, of course, Rodri with the goal there. I didn't know who scored it at first, so indeed, you couldn't see my hesitation a little bit. Of course, also West Ham United, they're 1-0 up against Fulham as well. And indeed, it looks like Villa are actually about to make a triple change by the looks of it. And Buendia is going to be one of the players coming off. And he's going to be replaced by the former Chelsea loanee, Jadon Sancho. So indeed, it's Douglas Luiz, Buendia, and Leon Bailey coming off. And coming on, of course, is Sancho, Alisson, and also another former Chelsea player in Ross Barkley. Hang on, carries? This ain't rugby! I mean, literally, you hear the word carries and you think rugby. I mean, really? Since when has Brazilian football turned into rugby? Weird thing there. Oh, but Chelsea winning the ball back again. Winning the ball back again, of course. So let me just remind you, ladies and gentlemen, of course, indeed, Arsenal 1-0 up against Brighton, West Ham 1-0 up against Fulham, Man City 2-1 up against Nottingham Forest, and Newcastle Man United, that is goalless heading into half-time. Oh, I'm here, ball over the top, and Garnacho's in. This could be 4-1, and it is, and João Pedro has a hat-trick. And that should be that. Chelsea well and truly running away with it. And Chelsea indeed are well and truly wrapped up this game inside 64 minutes. Chelsea exploiting the same areas again and again. And we are absolutely killing Aston Villa at the sword here at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 4, João Pedro with a well-deserved hat-trick. But once again, Aston Villa, of course, exposed at the back. It's a ball over the top into Garnacho. And indeed, of course, does the unselfish thing, does Garnacho. Indeed, he plays the ball into João Pedro. And Chelsea tearing Aston Villa apart. And of course, what a moment for João Pedro. His first career Premier League hat-trick. I mean, seriously, Aston Villa are being ripped apart by Chelsea here tonight. I mean, Unai Emery, really, you just see the look on his face and he realises he knows exactly what's going on here tonight. Oh, that was a bit of a rough tackle. That was a rough tackle indeed. There. Yeah. Flipped over him. Yeah, he should have done. I mean, literally, as soon as Jorgensen comes in, indeed, all he needs to do is just side-foot it past the keeper. And indeed, of course, he gets a goal and makes it 2-2. But no, indeed, he tries to go around the keeper and allows the Chelsea defender to come back in. Yeah, and I think with the way Chelsea are playing, indeed it well and truly could be 5. I mean, Chelsea, indeed, the way they're playing tonight, indeed, Chelsea, you know they wanted to make a statement after what happened against Arsenal in the league on Sunday. They wanted a reaction. Indeed, Rossini probably would have wanted a reaction from his players tonight. And well and truly has he got it. And Watkins now goes in the book after that rough challenge. And I think that's frustration from Watkins there. I mean, he's had a very frustrating game as Watkins. Oh! Yeah, that's definitely a yellow card. Well, truly barged in the back there. Yeah. No, I haven't either. I think this is Garnacho's best game in a Chelsea shirt yet. I mean, seriously, he's been a danger man. He's been a threat to that Aston Villa defence all night long. And indeed, look what's happened, of course, tonight. Indeed, he really, of course... Yeah, he's been a real pain in the ass for Aston Villa's defence tonight. But once again, indeed, Garnacho once again causing problems at the back, and Aston Villa once again, indeed, of course, indeed, their positioning is allowing Chelsea to get those balls over the top. Yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, with Unai Emery, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm glad we're in the position we are, but indeed, with Unai Emery, I mean, really, indeed, you saw what was happening with the third goal. I mean, you see Chelsea really been picking at that area, really been digging in to the pain. They've really been exposing that weakness for Aston Villa tonight. And instead of closing that weakness off, indeed, Aston Villa, they've opened it up even more. Oh, that's me. I mean, that was quick. Oh, so Newcastle 1-0 up against United in the 46th, in the 51st minute, because they're into the 6th minute of stoppage time in that game at St James's Park. But Newcastle, indeed, unfortunately, they are down to 10 men. But indeed, Casemiro has just equalised for United. Oh, bang on a minute. Chelsea, of course, in problems again. Here's João Pedro with an acrobatic kick. And indeed, of course, the man, of course, he's already got a hat-trick. I mean, he's looking for more. I mean, it's a new ball across. And João Pedro, indeed, he tried to do something a little special, but indeed wasn't doing that there. But of course, indeed, Aston Villa, they've just made their 5th and final change of the night. Ollie Watkins, indeed, he's just come off. And the former Chelsea striker, Tammy Abraham, indeed has just come on. Of course, Tammy Abraham, he was sold, of course, by Chelsea to the Turkish side, Besiktas. Oh, no, actually, it wasn't Besiktas. Where was Tammy Abraham at before? Besiktas, or did I get it right? I don't know if I got it right, or indeed if I got it wrong with, indeed, that he went to Besiktas first, then went to that. I'm just looking at it. No, he was sold to Roma. Before there. Yeah, he was sold to Roma, and then he went to Besiktas. Yeah. And Gusto's down. I reckon Chelsea. Are Chelsea going to make a change, maybe? Oh, I don't know. Wesley Fofana's down. Indeed, he's feeling his hamstring, so maybe Chelsea could be forced into a change after all. Yeah, that is a beautiful finish from João Pedro for the second goal. And then the third one, and the simplest one he's had all night. I mean, just lovely ball in there. And then, of course, in there. Yeah. Anyway, Chelsea players just having a little dream. But indeed, looks like the Aston Villa fans have seen enough. Looks like Aston Villa fans have seen enough. Indeed, they're heading for the exits. And it looks like the Villa fans, they've definitely seen enough. They're off. And indeed, of course, you really can't blame them. I mean, 4-1 down, 16 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Indeed, really, I reckon, indeed, the Aston Villa fans, they're not going to be happy with what they've seen tonight. That's for sure. But indeed, it looks like Chelsea are preparing a change, actually. It looks like Romeo Lavia, indeed, it looks like that he's coming on for the final 15 minutes of this game. So, yeah, Malo Gusto, indeed, he's coming off. And Romeo Lavia, he's coming on. So, Lavia's coming on. So, Lavia's coming on for Malo Gusto, who's put in a wonderful shift here today. Malo Gusto, he really put in a wonderful shift he has today, especially for the first goal. Indeed, it was a lovely time run and a new ball into João Pedro for Chelsea's equaliser. So Chelsea indeed have just made a change, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining me, of course, indeed, Chelsea making a change. Malo Gusto coming off and needs to be replaced, of course, by Romeo Lavia. Here we go. Ball out wide. There's Martin. Puts in a ball, and indeed it goes up for a goal kick. And yep, it does. But that just says a lot about Aston Villa tonight, really. Says a lot indeed about Aston Villa, the way they played tonight. It's not been a great game from Aston Villa standards. And indeed, of course, really... Indeed, of course, for them. Oh, actually, Nottingham Forest have just equalised again. Anderson, of course, in the 76th minute. Yeah, I'm having a look at. Let's have a look more. That game is actually at half time now. The Newcastle Man United, by the way. Yep. Here we go. Abraham now. They're playing the ball into Sancho. What can he do there? What can he do here, Jadon Sancho? Oh, plays the ball in Madsen. The ball blocked. And Chelsea able to get it away. But only far as Ross Barkley. Things now. Now it's Konsa. Is it wide there? Rogers. Yeah, Konsa there. Rogers. Yeah. Here we go. Indeed, Chelsea trying to bring the ball forward, but indeed it's blocked off. Blocked off there. All there forward. I'm guessing though, guys. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking maybe they brought Watkins off because indeed he was on a yellow card and they didn't want to risk him getting suspended even more, you know? Sancho ball in. And Chelsea able to get rid of it. It's out for a Villa corner. A little bit better from Aston Villa there. Clean that way. And Chelsea looks like they're about to make a double change. Indeed, of course, it's Wesley Fofana coming off, especially with a hamstring injury. I don't think they want to risk anything, especially with his hamstring right now. I don't think it's a hamstring injury. I did say hamstring injury, guys, but indeed, of course, there was a little something with his hamstring injury earlier. But indeed, of course, so indeed, Marco Correa and Tosin Adarabioyo, indeed, they're both coming on for the final 10 minutes of this game. Okay, here we go, Villa corner. Here we go, ball in the box, headed away by Chelsea. Oh, and Chelsea still continuing the pressure, Aston Villa here. It's Barkley. Plays the ball through. Oh, and indeed that a great challenge there. That a beautiful challenge indeed there from Hato. Indeed, of course, it's all lovely. I mean, indeed, that's a brilliant time tackle there from Hato. I mean, indeed, the timing there is superb. I mean, the timing there, indeed, is superb from Hato. And the tackle is absolutely exquisite. An exquisitely timed tackle there from Hato. Nice Palmer. Reece James, of course, Chelsea maybe just playing indeed with a bit sympathy here. I mean, they know they've got the win wrapped up. Yeah, but I think we'll be able to get the job done there. Yeah, but we've got some big games coming up, that's for sure. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, I will be live again. Oh, and I got a bit of balls through. And Cucurella plays a Garnacho. And that's a good save from Martinez. But once again, Aston Villa's weakness exposed. Indeed, once again, the ball's exposed. Cucurella running into space there. Indeed, he does the right thing. Plays the ball across to Garnacho. Indeed, who's deserved a goal all night long. I mean, Garnacho, he's had pretty much the game of the season from him, in my opinion, guys. I mean, seriously, I don't think he has had a better game all season long. Indeed, Garnacho's just been absolutely brilliant tonight. And indeed, of course, if he can play like this in a midweek against Aston Villa, who knows? Indeed, who knows? Indeed. Who knows? Indeed, what he can do. Indeed, in the future. I mean, Garnacho, indeed, if he can have the game of his season, if he can have the game of his season so far, tonight on a midweek in Birmingham. Indeed, who knows what he can do in the future. Now it's Sancho plays the ball across. Rodgers now, who's on a yellow card, indeed did have a shot there, but indeed, of course, was blocked. Now it's Barkley, shot blocked there. And Chelsea dealing with it once again. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing we've really been saying with Chelsea all along. That they need, indeed, a bit more experience in that squad. They really do. There definitely needs to be a bit more in the way of experience. And here we go. Indeed, of course, here come Chelsea's final two changes of the night. And indeed, of course, indeed, this player, indeed, is coming off. Of course, João Pedro, in my mind, man of the match performance, no doubt. João Pedro, I mean, what a game he's had. Seriously, he's had the best game of his season tonight. I mean, seriously. I mean, a hat-trick indeed tonight. I mean, seriously. What a performance he's put in tonight. I mean, seriously. I don't think he'll have a better game for the rest of the season. I don't think. Indeed, the problems that he was creating, indeed, of course, for that Aston Villa defence tonight, indeed, I think, indeed, if he can play again, I mean, I said it before, indeed, with Garnacho. I mean, if João Pedro can play like that against Aston Villa in a midweek game, I mean, who knows, indeed, what he can do in the future. That is for sure. And the same, and also, really, guys, I mean, if I was PSG's defenders, and I mean, they're watching this game tonight, indeed, they will know what they will have to deal with, indeed, going into that Champions League fixture next week. Yeah, but Aston Villa, of course, they've got that little break. Of course, they've got a break, of course, between tonight and that game at Old Trafford. I mean, that game at Old Trafford on, of course, the 15th of March. Indeed, of course, they got a little bit of a break this weekend because of the FA Cup. But indeed, of course, they've got a lot of work to do. If they're going to be ready by the time they play Man United at Old Trafford on March 15th. And of course, for Chelsea, indeed, meanwhile, of course, indeed, they've got some big games coming up as well. I mean, they've got, indeed, 2 cup games back to back, basically. I mean, they've got the game against Wrexham in the FA Cup on Saturday. Then they've got the Champions League one against PSG. Yeah. Yeah, but as I was saying, though, as I was saying, indeed, Chelsea, they've got like 2 tough back-to-back games. No, they've got 3 tough games coming up. They've got the game against Wrexham in the FA Cup on Saturday. Then they've got PSG in the Champions League first leg next week. And then, of course, they've got, indeed, the Premier League game against Newcastle, indeed, on the 14th of March. On the 14th of March. Yeah, so Chelsea, of course, now they've got some tricky fixtures coming up. And plus, indeed, also they got, and then after the Newcastle one, of course, then they got PSG again. Again, actually, I'm going to have a look at Chelsea, indeed, on a whole. Because, indeed, we got Wrexham on Saturday, then the Champions League last 16, first leg against PSG, and then we got Newcastle. Then we got Newcastle on the 14th of March in the Premier League. Then we play PSG. On the 17th, before we then take on Everton in the final game before the international break. So, yeah, did some tough games there. But Aston Villa just had a chance, by the way. Indeed, ball in for Barkley. And Abraham, indeed, with a header. Indeed, it comes off the bar. And, of course, indeed, now... Yeah. It's going to be easy. Yeah, João Pedro deserves man of the match, in my opinion. He deserves it. Man of the match. A Harry Cat-trick? What on earth is a Harry Cat-trick when it's at home? I don't know what on earth a Harry Cat-trick is. And there we go. 6 minutes of added time between, of course, Chelsea and all 3 points here. Oh, hang on. Oh, Jurgensen's down. And Abraham there. And Jurgensen's down. Jurgensen's down. Let's have a look. Indeed, he plays around. Tries to fake something there. But Abraham nicks it. And then Jurgensen indeed goes down. Yeah. Got kicked on the hand. That is ridiculous. Seriously, what the hell is he playing at? Don't know what on earth that goalkeeper was thinking of. I don't. Seriously. We're 4-1 up, indeed, and Jurgensen, indeed, is totally messing around. Yeah, that's not really a shock. See Jurgensen all right after that. Oh, and then he indeed slips over. Oh, literally, it's like he fell over. Barcelona. Oh, and here we go. Chelsea come forward again. And the ball coming in. And I think the ball might be going to Santos. I don't know. But indeed, Chelsea indeed win a throw. Chelsea have the throw in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, indeed, I saw some of the players Aston Villa have out injured at the moment. They have quite a lot of players out injured. McGinn, for one thing, he's a big miss, indeed, John McGinn. Tielemans, McGinn. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really, indeed, that's just the one thing you get when you have injuries. I mean, indeed, you haven't played a lot that. So, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, actually, we do have a few full-time results for you. Indeed, yeah, we have a few full-time results for you. Of course, Arsenal, they've got the job done against Brighton and Hove Albion. Of course, indeed, Arsenal won. Brighton 0, Arsenal 1. West Ham United, they've got the job done against Fulham. Fulham 0, West Ham 1. And Manchester City, they've been held to a 2-2 draw against Nottingham Forest. Forest. And after the results that happened tonight, indeed, especially around the bottom of the table, indeed, that game between Tottenham and Crystal Palace, indeed, that game is going to be very, very interesting. That is for sure. Indeed, that game, of course, between Spurs and Crystal Palace. You know what? I am actually going to do it. I'm going to be live for that one, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I know I'm not a Spurs or Crystal Palace supporter, but I mean, I'm allowed to be a bit neutral. So, yeah, I think I will actually go live for that one tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, I think I'll be live for that one tomorrow night. I mean, I might be. Indeed, it depends on like if I'm busy or not. But indeed, I'll schedule the stream, guys. I think indeed it could be a game that indeed I could indeed well and truly be live for. So indeed, I think I will go live for that one tomorrow night. I think I will go live for it. That's for sure. Yeah. Abraham playing ball over the top, but Chelsea able to deal with that. And now here's the lap. And Chelsea indeed could break forward. Here's Garnacho. Indeed plays into the lap, but indeed just a little bit ahead. But Chelsea indeed now are very, very close indeed to win here. Yeah, but Chelsea now are just 30 seconds away from victory here. Yeah. Yeah. Seconds away here, ladies and gentlemen. But how Villa are going to react to this, I really don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how on earth they react to this and how they do at Man United. And there goes the full-time whistle. Boos around Villa Park. But indeed, Chelsea, of course, they well and truly deserve this win tonight. They were well and truly the better side throughout the whole of this game. Villa, of course, they started off the night in a good way, of course, thanks to a third-minute goal from Douglas Luiz. But Chelsea and Liam Rosenior, they, of course, exposed Villa's weakness time and time again, especially for the first and the third goals. Of course, the first one did lovely ball into Gusto, indeed, who played a lovely cross into João Pedro, who made it 1-1. And then, of course, Chelsea, they got, of course, the second 3 minutes, a couple of minutes before half-time. Indeed, of course, a ball from Fernandes played into João Pedro, indeed, who produced a neat finish to make it 2-1. Of course, there was a VAR check for offside, but indeed the goal stood. And then Chelsea, of course, they grabbed the third one, indeed, in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Of course, indeed, it was I'm not sure if it was a shot or a cross, really. Of course, from the cross. I'm not really sure if it was a shot or if it was a cross, really, of course, from Gusto or from Garnacho for that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really not sure if it was a shot or if it was a cross, but really, indeed, Martinez, he palmed it out. He palmed it out, and it fell straight to Cole Palmer, who buried it in the back of the net. And then, of course, Chelsea, indeed, they got their fourth. Of course, João Pedro, indeed, with his hat-trick. The ball played, of course, the ball played in to João Pedro from, of course, the Garnacho. Garnacho, indeed, really unselfish. He was really unselfish, and you could just see João Pedro there. Indeed, of course, and I think indeed it was a player going across to give, of course, like a person the shirt. Yeah, and of course, indeed, Chelsea, they deserve the victory. I mean, Aston Villa, they were exposed too many times at the back tonight. They really were. Indeed. Of course, indeed, Aston Villa, they were exposed too many times tonight. They really were, especially at the back. I mean, they were exposed too many times, and indeed, they paid a heavy price for it. Indeed, of course, Chelsea, they deserve the win here tonight. Of course, did deserve the win. Totally deserve it. And of course, indeed, Aston Villa, I don't know where on earth they go from here. I don't know where on earth they go from here. I really don't. Especially, indeed, with that big game against Manchester United. Of course, at Old Trafford in a couple of weeks. But, indeed, of course, for Aston Villa. Of course, indeed, tonight, they were humbled by Chelsea. Well and truly. Full time here at Villa Park. It's finished, of course, Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 4. Yes, for Chelsea, of course, well and truly deserving that win tonight. Of course, that means indeed that Chelsea move, of course, up to 5th in the Premier League table. Of course, indeed, Chelsea indeed have actually got a decent bit of form. Despite indeed the defeat against Arsenal on Sunday, Chelsea, of course, now got 3 wins in their last 6 in all competitions. Chelsea, indeed, of course, with 3 wins in the last 6 games in the whether that's in the Premier League or in, basically, I think it's in all competitions, actually. So, yeah, of course, really, indeed, you could say for Chelsea, they're in great form right now. They really are in great form right now. So, yeah, definitely things very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting there. Of course, indeed, heading into, of course, the final. I think Chelsea have like 9 games left of the Premier League season. And indeed, I think the fight, indeed, well and truly, is on for those Champions League places. I mean, we know that indeed England are probably going to get that extra place in the Champions League, of course, for next season. I mean, just look at the fact how well, of course, the teams have done. Our English teams have done really in the Champions League this season. I mean, we've got all 6 teams in the last 16. in the last 16. So yeah, it's really, really good stuff, of course, from them. But indeed tonight, though, Aston Villa, they were just destroyed tonight. They were just absolutely destroyed tonight, and it was all because of that weakness at the back. I mean, really, of course, that weakness at the back tonight, I mean, really, I mean, they paid a heavy price indeed for that weakness, and of course, indeed, it just says a whole lot, really. Just says indeed a whole lot about Aston Villa's game, and I think indeed that weakness, of course, that indeed Chelsea exposed many times tonight, that long ball over the top, or indeed, of course, that back line, or indeed they were way too exposed tonight. They really were. And indeed, as I said before, they paid a really heavy price, did Aston Villa tonight. Really paid a heavy, heavy price indeed for that weakness tonight. Yeah. But anyway, so indeed a great result for Chelsea, though. Of course, indeed, that 4-1 win indeed means, of course, that they can head into that FA Cup fifth round tie against Wrexham on Saturday with a real confidence, of course, that they can indeed get past Wrexham and indeed book their place in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. So, yeah, of course, Chelsea, indeed, they will have a lot of confidence going into that game. And, of course, I think, indeed, that they'll have real confidence that, indeed, of course, they can go into that Champions League game against PSG on next Wednesday night. Indeed, they can indeed win that. And they can win it. Yeah, so indeed, it'll be interesting to see really what goes on. Really there. So yeah, be interesting one way or another really there. So yeah, could it be interesting to see how Chelsea really progress from here. Of course, really with the games they've got coming up in the Premier League. I mean, indeed, if we just look at Chelsea's next few games in the Premier, indeed in all competitions, we'll look at the games that they have in all competitions, in a second. But I think, indeed, we'll look at the games they got coming up in the Premier League. I mean, they've got Newcastle on the 14th. That would be their next Premier League game, of course. Indeed, the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday, March 14th against Newcastle. Then we've got Everton, of course, that the final game before the international break, of course, on the 21st of March. Of course, 5:30 kickoff, Everton versus Chelsea on Saturday, March 21st. And then, of course, in April, after the international break, indeed, of course, Chelsea, they've got indeed 3 big games. Of course, indeed, they've got, of course, title contenders, Manchester City, on Sunday, April 12th. Of course, a 4:30 kickoff for that one. 4:30 kickoff for that. And then, of course, they have, of course, an 8 o'clock kickoff against Manchester United on April 18th. And then on Sunday, April 26th, of course, they have indeed Brighton and Hove Albion, of course, 4:30 kickoff on Sunday, April 26th. Well, really, that actually depends because of the FA Cup. Because indeed, with the FA Cup, let me just actually have a look with the FA Cup with certain dates. Let me just have a look on certain dates, actually. I just need to have a look on certain dates with it. Because indeed, I'm not sure. Indeed. When's that then? quarterfinal. The semi-final. So the semi-finals indeed will be on the 25th and 26th of April. So indeed, depending that Chelsea get through to the quarterfinal, get through to the semi-finals, I should say. Indeed, of course, that game against Brighton, that could potentially get pushed back. Really. And also, indeed, like some of our games really could, of course, depend on how we do, of course, really in the Champions League. But first, indeed, we've got to get past those games against, of course, Wrexham and PSG, indeed, before we actually start talking of trips to Wembley and that, because indeed we got Wrexham in the 5th round on Saturday, and of course that's in the FA Cup. Of course, we win that, we're in the quarterfinals, and then of course we got the 2 legs against PSG to come first. So yeah, it'll be interesting really to see how things go in that perspective. But yeah, indeed, of course, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all goes, really. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see anyway. Yeah. Right. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so I think I'm going to end things here. Thank you all very much for watching. Of course, I'll be back potentially tomorrow night, of course, for the Tottenham versus Crystal Palace game there. So I might be live for that. Who knows? I might be live for that. I really don't know. It depends on how things really are looking, of course, tomorrow. Because indeed, I might have because I think I've got a bit of a busy day tomorrow. So yeah, that really depends on certain things, really. So yeah, but anyway, guys, of course, I doubt I am going to be live for that one. So I think probably the next game that I say I can definitely be live for, of course, is the Champions League game between PSG and Chelsea next week. Actually, yeah, that is of course the 11th of March. I think that's next week. Yep, that is next week. So I will, of course, be definitely live, of course, for the PSG versus Chelsea game, of course, on Wednesday, March 11th. And also, actually, guys, I might also try and be live maybe for the No, actually, I won't try and be live for that. I don't think I could be live for that one. No. Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, I will definitely be live, of course, next Wednesday for the PSG versus Chelsea game. Yeah. But anyway, guys, yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And, of course, I will catch you all next week, indeed, for the PSG versus Chelsea game. I doubt I'll be live for the Wrexham one on Saturday because, of course, I'll be at my mum and dad's. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, yeah, so, of course, I'll see you guys back here, indeed, for the PSG versus Chelsea game next week. And, yeah, guys, of course, I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And indeed, of course, I will catch you all. I'll catch you all later. Yeah, and of course, I'll see you guys back here, indeed, for the PSG versus Chelsea game next Wednesday night. But anyway, guys, yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And I will catch you all later. This is Football Fan 148 signing off after a exceptional win for Chelsea tonight. Indeed, against an underperforming Aston Villa side. It's finished at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 4. A well-deserved win for Chelsea. Next up for Chelsea, of course, is a tough FA Cup 5th round tie against Wrexham. I'll see you guys later. This is Football Fan 148 signing out.